So if you didn't already know, recently there has been a writer's strike in Hollywood led by SAG-AFTRA, which has members protesting that are not just writers, but also actors. And this is the first time that we've seen writers and actors join forces in over 60 years, so it's kind of a big deal. But basically, they're fighting for fair compensation for writers that are criminally underpaid and simultaneously responsible for some of the biggest shows that we know and love. But secondly, and more importantly for this video's sake, actors want rules in place that will basically not allow them to be replaced by AI, or at the very least have control over their own digital image. And to say that CEOs have been complete and total assholes about this whole thing would actually be an understatement. In fact, Disney CEO Bob Iger criticized their decision to strike and said it was very disturbing to me. Yes, it's disturbing to me that I have to pay people fairly. That's very... I don't like that. And SAG-AFTRA isn't trying to ban the use of deepfakes entirely. All the union is trying to do is get a principle laid down that any AI use has to be done with consent and compensation. And you might be thinking to yourself, oh, is that not already a thing? Do people not have the rights to their own face? And the short version to that answer is no. In fact, the phenomenon of using deepfakes is becoming rapidly more prevalent than a lot of people really even realize, because there is currently 2 shows that are ongoing that entirely rely on deepfake technology to work. Deepfake Neighbor Wars and Deepfake Love. And these 2 shows are both kind of dystopian in 2 very different ways, I feel. But let's start with Deepfake Neighbor Wars. So this is actually the world's first show that is entirely deepfaked. Nobody in the show is real. Each episode follows fictitious versions of huge celebrities as they duke it out over super small problems. They fight over things like Kim Kardashian spending too much time tanning in the community garden, and Ariana Grande and Conor McGregor leaving up their Christmas lights too long. And the way that they're able to do this is by digitally grafting the face of the celebrity onto a body actor who looks somewhat similar to the celebrity, and they have them do an impression of them. It's really a trip, because like at the end of every episode, the actual face of the body double is revealed. Some of these deepfakes are better than others too. Like for example, Tom Holland and Nicki Minaj literally look almost to a T like themselves. In fact, when a clip of this show went viral a few months ago on Twitter, a lot of people in the comments were asking if it was actually real. Which, by the way, Tom Holland and Nicki Minaj are a couple in their episode, and they get in a fight with their neighbor Mark Zuckerberg for being creepy. Not too much unlike real life. Sweet Baby Ray is more like sweet baby Jesus, get away from me. But then there's deepfakes that do look super scuffed in this show, like Mark Wahlberg, for example. Like, what the hell? What is this? Matthew McConaughey is also super scuffed. But the thing is that even with these flaws, you just know that every day deepfake technology is growing more and more advanced. So soon Matthew McConaughey won't look like a freaking burnt potato. He'll look just like himself, and he'll do the thing.
Come on.
And don't get me wrong, like, there are a lot of funny things about this show. Like, it's just enjoyable in general to see someone like Kim Kardashian just, like, working as a bus driver and kicking down doors because she's pissed off at Idris Elba. I mean, this thing is filmed like a TLC reality show. But here's where it gets really weird, and here's where I think the line gets really, like, greasy and ugly, because none of these celebrities were even told that this show was being made, let alone did they give any consent to it. And although I don't think the actual content or humor of this show is actually harmful or meant to be, I definitely think it warranted approval from the people whose faces are in it. Because just imagine how uncanny it would be to find out that you're in a show that you've never even heard of. In fact, that's literally an episode of Black Mirror. It's called Joan is Awful, with this girl who has fuck-ass hair. And if you haven't seen it, the main character quite literally gets put into a show about her life without her permission.
But the show is using my life. It's my name, it's my career, it's me. They're using me.
This episode literally just came out a few months ago, and it's already real. And I'm so sorry to put a pin in this conversation, to put it at a halt, a stoplight, but I need to give you guys a word from our sponsor. Factor is a delivery service that brings delicious meals that are fresh, never frozen, right to your doorstep. I don't know know if you guys can tell, but I am moving. So Factor has been making my life so much easier. Between writing, editing, and packing boxes, I haven't had time to think about food, let alone make something nutritional or even just tasty. I mean, that stupid corn dog was sitting in there for like 3 days, let's be real. Luckily, that's where Factor stepped in. They sent delicious meals like jalapeno lime cheddar chicken, which honestly tasted so delicious. Like, this cheese just melted in my mouth. Oh my god, it was so good. And my personal favorite,
Vegan mushroom marsala.
I freaking love mushrooms, and I also really had a blast like puncturing holes in this right before I put it in the microwave for some reason. But when I tell you those buttery mushrooms hit, they hit. But even if you're not a meat eater or a mushroom enjoyer like me, there's 34 plus dietitian approved weekly options to choose from. And I love that Factor is so flexible that I can adjust my order size and enjoy with my boyfriend. And I've noticed such an improvement in our workflows because of Factor. Like, we simply do not have time to cook every day. And another great thing about this is not only is it cheaper than takeout, it's faster. You can have a delicious and nutritional meal ready for you in just 2 minutes. So whether you want to be more calorie conscious this summer or you're simply too busy to cook, Factor is perfect for you. Head to factor75.com and use code NikkiCarryOn50 to get 50% off your first Factor box. I feel like if I show you too much footage of this show, this video will definitely get freaking scorched off of this earth, but some of the other shenanigans that go on in this show are Beyonce fighting with Billie Eilish over her making too much noise upstairs in her apartment. Oh, and Adele gets super pissed off because Jake Paul has a large collection of pigeons and they keep shitting all over her retractable awning. And listen, okay, listen, you might be thinking to yourself, why do I even care about these freaking millionaires? Okay, here's the thing. Just like in every art form, not everybody is rich as all damn hell. There's plenty of actors that are struggling to get by and will definitely get pressured into selling their likeness only for it to be used over and over again and them to never get to act again, essentially. Yeah, whatever, Nikki, just cue the transition. Deep fake love, baby. Ooh, okay, so I actually think that this is kind of the more fucked up show. So this premiered on Netflix in Spain earlier this month, and while it doesn't use anyone's likeness without permission, it definitely does use them to disturb and borderline psychologically torture its contestants. Here's how it works. So there's 5 couples, and they each get separated from their significant others and put into 2 different houses called Venus and Mars. And inside Venus and Mars, there's a plethora of hot singles waiting there to test their love and devotion to their partner. But get this, while these couples are separated and hanging out with these singles, the show takes doctored footage of them and using deepfakes makes it look like people are cheating when they're actually not. I mean, some of them actually are, but that's a different story. Bottom line is they get everybody to sit down in the chair of truth and they show them these videos of their partners cheating on them, and then they have to decide if they think that the footage is real or deep faked. And then at the end of the show, whichever couple correctly decided which ones were deep fakes and which ones were real gets awarded $100,000. But like, whether or not their partner actually cheated on them or it was just a deep fake, it's still like traumatizing. All of these couples have been together anywhere from 5 to like 10 years. And like, goddamn, if you need to test your love like this, even for $100,000, please just break up. Please, I'm begging you. The first episode begins with a compilation of these contestants being forced to watch these videos of their partners cheating on them, and their reactions are honestly devastating. Like, I couldn't even enjoy watching this. I honestly just felt bad for them.
Come on, take it easy. Breathe. It's okay. Easy. Come on.
Most of these couples are doing this test because they want to see if they should get married, or maybe they had a bump in their relationship where they broke up and they want to see how loyal the other person is. But this one couple, Ramon and Alejandro, say that they're literally just doing this because they see each other too much.
The truth is we can't get enough of each other, but
we want to miss each other a bit.
You know, you guys could like go spend a week at like a friend's house or something. Get on a boat or something. There's also like a ton of other toxic dating dating shows that you could go on that are not as bad as this one. Anyways, when each person says goodbye to their partner, they're all like tearing up, they're crying. And I'm just like, you guys, what the fuck? Selling your left kidney on the black market would literally be so much better than this. Or like sell feet pics or something. I don't know. There's gotta be something else y'all could have done. Throughout the rest of the episode, the singles that are in each house play sexy games together, like
You have to get very close to each other's faces, but without kissing.
and there's two reasons why they play these little sexy games. Number one, so there's actual like sexual tension between the two people. And number two, so it's easier to deep fake them doing things that they aren't actually doing. And when it comes to them sitting in the chair of truth and watching these videos, everyone acts like super shocked and scared, like, what? You're gonna make me sit in that thing?
I want you all to look very carefully at that chair. It is the chair of truth.
Do we have to sit there?
I mean, they did come here knowing that it was a possibility that their partner would cheat on them.
That's scary.
Scary as fuck.
It's terrifying.
But listen, dudes, here's the fuck of it all. They don't tell them that some of this footage is deep-faked until after they show them the first round of videos. And they were having like terrible visceral reactions to this, of course, until they were told that some of them might be fake.
Tonight, you saw them. But was it really them?
But guess what happened then? I was thinking, hey, they're gonna have them vote right here, right now on whether or not what they're seeing is fake or real. No, they literally have them go back to their houses in a state of panic.
The videos are over for the moment. You may go back to Mars.
And this one woman named Gabriella's reaction to this is like the realest, most real thing I've seen.
At first, I wanted to die.
Now you're unsure?
Now I'm unsure.
This whole thing is beyond terrible. Like, hello, go to jail, please. Anyways, though, that is the freaking hell on earth that we live in. I wish I felt better about all of this. I really do. I don't have any meaningful words of wisdom to bestow on you or anything. I just feel like this is really weird and strange, and we live in a really weird and strange time. Thank you so much to my patrons, and here is the patron of the week. Bow, 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 bow.
Hey guys, I'm Domzad, and I am the Patreon of the week. Cue that intro.
Thank you guys so much. I'll see you very, very soon. Bye-bye.